Hey y'all, Blake here from the Southern Cowboy, and today I'll be reviewing my American Hat Company 200X. Let's get straight into it. So, I got this from the Best Hat Store, located in the Fort Worth Stockyards of Fort Worth, Texas. I got it with a JB brim and a wide cattleman. And I did change the hat band to a rattlesnake because I'm just not a big fan of the self bands. So I changed it with a Western Diamondback rattlesnake. It looks really nice, including that buckle. It's very flush. This is made by Danny Collins, custom leather. Make sure you go check him out if you want leather products. So here we have a premium lambskin sweatband. So when you get your hat shaped, the sweatband will get a little larger, so it'll be a little bigger. So what they'll do is they'll put masking tape wherever it's loose. So if it's loose in the back, they'll put it in the back. If it's loose in the front, they'll put it in the front. So I have two, a 40X and a 200X. The 40X was my first, and it's a really good work hat in general. It just holds up really well. And about 2 days after Christmas, I decided to upgrade with a Pure Beaver Hat, which is my 200X. And this is probably the best water resistant hat I own. And I live in the deep south. So when I mean I live in the deep south, I live in probably the most southern state in the US. I live in South Florida, and the weather here is very unpredictable. We have wet season, which goes from spring to October, so pretty much late fall or middle fall, and it can be flooding. It's just, yeah. So I bought my 40X at the Best Hat Store when I went there for my 18th birthday. I got this online. So I would avoid getting it online, because if you buy a hat online, it's gonna show up a little misshaped. So when I got this, the back was a little misshaped, it was crooked. But I took it to my local Western store, which is Norris Western Wear. He shaped it back, so it's all back to normal. But they did forget to put masking tape, so what I decided to do is I grabbed blue masking tape and I put it in the back and also in the front. So in about a month or two, it's gonna shrink down to your head size, and then you can take it out and it'll fit like a glove. And also they use gold for the logo, here on the left side, American Hat Company, Bowie, Texas. The middle is genuine leather. And then in the right, American Hat Company 200X. So that's a good one. And then the lining is a black silk lining with a gold American bald eagle with American Hat Co. established in 1915. And then on the bottom, manufactured, made in the USA. So that's a cool thing about American. And this is a Pure Beaver Hat, meaning this is the best one to own. So, American Hat Company has a thing called Positive Times, which I really, really like. And in case you're wondering, Positive Times was made by the owner, Keith Maddox, who was a roper who won a few championship buckles, and then he retired at the age of, I believe, 50 or something. And the only brand he loved was American Hat Company. So then he wanted to work with the company, and they declined him. And then he made a store called the Best Hat Store, which is in the Fort Worth Stockyards. And he only sells American Hat Company hats for their quality. And then at around 2015 or 2011, American Hat Company was going bankrupt. So Keith Maddox stepped in, bought the company, and made it the best hat in the world, which that was his goal. He wanted to make the best hat in the world, and he succeeded. And then around September 3rd or 4th in 2019, Keith Maddox sadly passed away, and he is now forever known as the Hat King, because he made the best hat in the world. And I have to give it to him, he made the best hat in the world. So that's one thing I came to like. And Positive Times was his brand from, I think, Idaho. It was like a horse brand or something, or a boot brand, but it was his like logo. And if you go to the Fort Worth Stockyards, to the Best Hat Store, if you go over there, there's a case with his buckles and spurs. And they also have a logo of the Positive Times on their building. But the cool part is, if you go to the Cowtown Coliseum, Keith Maddox has his own star that says his name, and that's the Hat King. So here's what I think. This is definitely the best hat to own, without a further doubt. But if you're just getting into cowboy hats, I would suggest maybe getting a 40X if you're just started getting into cowboy hats. Because, so here's what the X factor is. 7X is 7%, 10 is 10% beaver. 20X is 20 to 30% beaver. Except they don't sell those anymore. They only sell the 20X Grizzly, which is pure beaver, but it's just all hairy, and I have no use for that. 40X is 50-50, like 50% beaver. 50% beaver and 50% rabbit. And their 100X is 100% beaver. Now, why do they have a 200X and 500X? That's because there's like more hair. So the best hair of a beaver for a hat is the belly hair, and the 100X is like 50% back hair, 25% belly, and then 25% like, I think it's middle hair or something. I'm not sure. So the 200X is 50% back hair of a beaver and 50% belly hair, which is really good if you ask me. And then the 500X is 100% beaver belly hair, which is supposedly the best to own. Like, that's what most of the cowboys and bull riders wear. And then the most luxurious hat is the 1000X, which is 90% beaver and 10% chinchilla, or I think it's either chinchilla or mink. It's mink, probably. That's what it is. But if you're looking for a first-time hat, I would suggest the 40X if you're looking for a work hat, because it has a good amount of beaver in it. It's easy to shape, it'll hold a shape, and it will last you a lifetime. But if you're looking for an upgrade, like for more water resistance, I would highly suggest the 200X. It's very resistant with water, and it just looks well. Like, it's water resistant. It will hold a shape better than the 40X, I believe. It's just probably the best one to own. And it's very easy to clean. So, yeah. I would highly recommend this hat to own, though, if you're looking for, like, 100% beaver and you want more water resistant. So, I hope y'all like this video, and I hope you all have a good one.